1982. My balls are blue.
Good morning! Hey, it's May the 2nd, 2022. Welcome to Jake's Bounty. That's right. I'm in the garage. It's a Music Monday. Let's do it.
Yeah. It's on you today. You were pushing the broken car. And you had your kid in it. But I still try to get up there and be like, hey girl, what's up? Do you want to fuck? Come on. And the kid was like, he was here with this.
All right, thank you very much for tuning to Jake's Bounty. I'm your host, Jake Hernandez. It is a Music Monday, May the 2nd, 2022. I want to go ahead and thank you for tuning in to Jake's Bounty, and thank you for the music provided by, well, it was, who was it? Possession by Cream with their latest album, Volume 8, By Any Means Necessary, that song entitled, also By Any Means Necessary. A little more format later on in this show. Let's go ahead and thank the sponsors today. We've got Dog Training for Dummies right here. I'm a big dummy. My dog got out again, a little windy this weekend. He was able to get out for about 10 minutes and say hello to everybody in the neighborhood and then come back and act like, hey, I'm a good dog, right? Fucking dog. All right, or we also got movie of the week over here at Ray's Video. Movie Aloha, that's right, means hello, goodbye, and I think thank you over there in Hawaii. Aloha. I'm not going to tell you how bad it is, but you can go ahead and get it right now, $1 7-day rental over here, Ray's Video. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the news. There was a massive fire raging in a Mexican restaurant over in Visalia. Started in Dumpster next to Alejandro's Mexican restaurant. This is at Main and Floral Sunday afternoon. All right, so nobody was just having heartburn in the toilet, you know, and like, oh, I'm on fire. No, it was an actual fire in a dumpster right next to the restaurant, not actually on the restaurant. NFL legend and former Bulldog Lorenzo Neal arrested for DUI again. He's arrested first back in Fresno County in 2011. This one, he's been arrested Saturday at 12:28 a.m. in Garden City, Idaho. He played 16 seasons for the NFL, for the Saints, the Titans, and the Chargers, as well as other teams. He was in 4 Pro Bowl teams and considered one of the most greatest fullbacks in NFL history. All right. Man tried to kidnap 14-year-old girl from Merced parking lot. 30-year-old Paul Rodriguez, not to be confused with the comedian Paul Rodriguez, got the girl at a laundromat over there on Olive Drive and R Street, 7:30 p.m. Saturday. The girl was let go because of the parent and rather stepdad was right there, and he stepped in, and no injuries. And anybody with info, please call the Merced PD. All right. Man stabbed to death as family night turns into Fresno. Excuse me, let me try that again. Man stabbed to death as family night turns deadly in Fresno. This happened at Hampton and Sunnyside, East Central Fresno, 7:30 p.m. Victim has not been ID'd. All right. Okay. Much more news is on and has been coming our way the last 24 hours. Unfortunately, I don't have all the time in the world to bring it to you, but our sister station, abc30.com, can do that for you. You can go over there and just see what up is there about the news, okay? All right, well, let's go ahead and get into Aloha. That's right, a movie from, I think it was 2015, I'm not sure, but from the director of Jerry Maguire and Almost Famous, a celebrated military contractor, Bradley Cooper, returns to the site of his greatest career triumphs, Honolulu, Hawaii, and reconnects with a long-ago love, Rachel McAdams, while unexpectedly falling for the hard-charging Air Force watchdog Emma Stone assigned to him. All right, so there's that. And I think Bill Murray is also in it. Alec Baldwin, guy from The Office. I want to say BJ Novak, but I think I'm wrong with that guy. You know, the one that was always in love with Pam and shit. I think I'm probably saying that wrong too now that I'm thinking of it. But anyway, as Bradley Cooper, Emma Stone, Rachel McAdams, Bill Murray, John John Krasinski, that's who's in the office. Danny McBride and Alec Baldwin. By the way, this movie is one of the worst movies of 2015 and on the Raspberries list. And that's also, let's just say, hey, this movie sucks dick. But if you really want to punish yourself, go ahead and do so. You know, it's a Monday. $1 7-day rental right here, Ray's Video. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into dog training for dummies over here at Jake's Bounty, because I'm a big dummy. I don't know if you are. Like I said, my dog got out. I'll blame it on the wind, but actually it was my fault because I didn't lock the fence, and the wind just, and then he was gone. I heard his little jingle jangle, the dog collar in the background. I was like, oh, he's just probably in the backyard. And then I looked around for him and noticed my other dog was out. I was like, oh shit, and that means he's out and about. And it took him a little while to get him back, but he came back. All right. Let's go with supplementing your training efforts with expert help. You have a number of choices when it comes to buddies education. You've obviously chosen to train out of a book. Good choice. But a time may come when you need expert help. This chapter outlines your options, including attending obedience training classes, hiring a private trainer, and sending your dog to be trained. It's board and train. Each choice has pros and cons, and your own personality and lifestyle determine your own preference. So we have a good obedience training class criteria, going to obedience training classes, what to look for and what not to look for, hiring a private trainer, sending your dog to a board and train, and much, much more right here, right now. Over here, Jake's Bounty. When you type in the word dummy, you get this guy for $5.99. So go ahead and do so, right? Well, let's go ahead and get into Music Mondays, right? Because it is a Monday, and we want to know what happened back in this day in music. It is May the 2nd, 2022. And back in this day in music, all right, 1964. The Rolling Stones self-titled LP started a 12-week run at #1 on the UK charts, totaling 51 weeks altogether on the UK charts. Also, this marks the first appearance on the US singles charts with their song Not Fade Away, an original Buddy Holly song. All right. Okay, this day, back in 1980, Joy Division played what would be their last gig with Ian Curtis. This was at Birmingham University in England. He committed suicide just 2 weeks later. May the 2nd, 1998, Japanese rock star Hideto Matsuma hung himself at his Tokyo apartment. He died at a hospital. He died in a hospital a short time later. At his age was 33, and the funeral had over 70,000 people. 100 police officers, 170 security guards. 21 people ended up being hospitalized due to the massive crowds. And a lot of people were like, who is Matsuma? Well, who's Hideto Matsumo? I'm looking it up right now. And apparently was a Japanese musician, singer, songwriter, and record producer. He was the lead singer of the rock band X Japan from 1987 to 1997, and a soloist from 1993 onward. He also formed the United States rock group Zilch in 1996. He had sold millions of records, both as a member of X Japan, and X Japan rose to prominence in the late 80s and early 90s, credited as founders of Japanese visual They were founders of the Japanese visual KEI movement. When they disbanded in 1997, he focused on his solo career, which started 4 years prior, and he went on to enjoy significant popularity at the height of his fame. While recording his third studio album and about to launch an international career with the newly formed Zilch, he died in 1998, which was called a suicide by hanging. He was seen as a icon for Japanese youth rebellion against their country's conformist society, and his death was labeled the end of an era. Okay, wow. So you can go and look more of him up on YouTube. Pretty interesting stuff, and I think I'll have to do the same thing, listen to his music, and you know, a whole bunch of million copies sold over there, so it must be something. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into my bounty, and I think my camera needs a little bit of repositioning, so hold on one sec. It's a little tilted. That's too much. I think that's better. All right, hold on. Here we go. So I found some cans today, about a bag and a half. Here's the half. Aquafina. And go Powerade. And let's see, dirty water. Don't drink the water. Let's see, we got Bang, favorite soda, energy drink of Kenny Omega. All right, and here we got Crystal Geyser right there. And that'll do it for us today. Tomorrow, I'll tell you about tomorrow. We'll be having Punk Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, Your Mama's So Ugly Tuesday, everything good that happens on Tuesdays. And I also have the news, my bounty, so much more, all right? We'll have maybe a scene from the movie Aloha. Hopefully you haven't seen it before. If you have, I feel really sorry for you, man. I feel your pain. Also got dog training for dummies over here at Jake's Bounty. Type in the word dummy, get it $5.99. Also, we have more from Possession by Cream, Volume 8, By Any Means Necessary. This is the title track. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys be good to yourselves and be good to each other. All right, see ya.
I'm all so blue. He could be in the background, cheer me on, saying, go on, go, guy, I don't know. Yeah, I know.
Jake's Bounty was filmed at Fornicate Yourself Records Production 2022. You can follow us on Facebook and channel's website. Don't forget to like and comment. As always, please subscribe.
Gonna fuck you by me, necessary. That doesn't mean if you're hairy, if you're scary, if your name's Larry. I met a girl named Larry one time. I'll tell you about it some other time. Yeah, come on. And now I still wanna fuck. Here we